Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and I make career travel and lifestyle content here on YouTube. So if any of that interests you, you already know what I'm about to say. Pause this video right now, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you turn on the bell so that you're notified anytime a new video goes live. Y'all, we are so close to a new milestone of 500 subscribers and I would love it if you could do your part in helping me reach that. Please share my page with a friend, leave a comment, and let's grow this community. All right, so in today's video, by the title, you could tell we're doing a little chit chat. Get ready with me. It is Tuesday morning around 7:30 and I'm actually getting ready to head into the office, but I also thought I would take the opportunity to make this video because one, it's already the end of the first quarter of 2024, which is absolutely crazy. So I figured this would be a good time to intentionally pause and reflect on how this past quarter has been for me, and then also it gives me the chance to bring you all along and update you on everything that has happened and the things that I'm working on. So we're just gonna get into it. I have my phone here. I wrote down a few topics that I want to make sure that I hit on so I don't just get lost and start rambling, and then we'll also just see kind of where this video leads. So I don't want to spend too much time because I do have to get to work. I have about 30 minutes to do this, but should be plenty of time. So I'm also going to leave in the description box, or maybe on my LTK, my like to know it, all of the makeup products that I'm currently using for my face today. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share a few products that are on my wish list for the upcoming Sephora sale, because it is quite a few products. I've really been holding off on buying anything until the sale, so we're gonna get into that a little later in the video. But first things first, so I'm going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And I will say I'm new to priming. I actually did not used to regularly prime my face. I would just let my sunscreen act as a primer, which it can, but I have definitely noticed a big difference in my makeup lasting a lot longer. I also feel like my skin is doing a lot better, and maybe that's because there's an actual barrier between like my makeup and my skincare. I don't really know, but I'm a primer girly now and we love that. So anyways, let's kick it off. Let's start with my physical health, because I know that that is a topic that I have touched on in previous videos on my channel this year. But if you're new here, I took a career break at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, for a total of about 7 months. And during that time, I traveled majority of the time. And because of that, my wellness routine really wasn't that consistent. I really wasn't on top of things. And so I definitely have noticed a regression in this area of my life. And so this year, a really big focus for me is kind of getting back to feeling like my best self physically. And one of the things that's really helped me with this in terms of like working out, because that's like a really big part of physical health. It's not everything, but like moving your body is important. I did a fitness challenge like 5 years ago in like 2018, 6 years ago, dang. And while the challenge was really helpful, working with the coach, having kind of a program customized for me, I felt like it didn't help me develop the best habits. And there was a time when I would feel like I would beat myself up if I wasn't going to the gym Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. Like I was laying in my bed and I'd be up but not wanting to go to the gym, but I would still be up and I'd be beating myself up about the fact that I'm not working out and I'm not at the gym. And this year I was kind of like, okay, we need a new approach because that's clearly not working. And so I have reframed my mindset around working out, and my goal is still 4 to 5 times a week. I think giving myself some flexibility instead of just saying 5 times a week allows myself to account for times when I may not be feeling good, or maybe it's my time of the month, or maybe it's just a super busy week and I haven't been able to make it into the gym as consistently. But it just gives me a little bit of wiggle room, because I could still hit my goal whether I go 4 times a week or whether I go 5 times a week, and both things are extremely like motivating to me. So just kind of reframing my mindset around that, and also not making it feel like I have to be in the gym Monday through Friday. Okay, so now typically right now I go to the gym Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then I usually will do a workout on Saturday. Sometimes I will do a yoga class like in the evening during the week, but taking out morning workouts every single day during the week really helps me, especially now that I'm commuting into the office. So typically I'm going into the office Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Wednesdays too, but I go to the gym on Wednesday. A good little hump day workout. But majority of the time that I have to go into the office, I don't have to go to the gym. I've set my schedule up that way, and it just makes the mornings a lot smoother. I could do videos like this. Like, it just, I feel like it gives me more grace, which is what you need on a fitness journey. So that, like, reframing my mindset around working out and changing my approach has significantly helped me progress. Now, I will say from a weight perspective, because obviously like my goal is to lose weight through this. I obviously am doing it to get back healthy and to make sure that I'm feeling like my best self. I also know that I can lose a little bit of weight, and so I haven't made much progress on that. I think I've lost maybe like 5 pounds since the beginning of the year, which is great, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud that I haven't gained any weight, but I need to like kick it up a notch, because in total I want to lose about 25 pounds, which means I have about 20 more left to lose. And while I want to make sure that I lose it in a sustainable way, so that way it doesn't come back, I'm also very mindful of the fact that my diet is the biggest factor in my wellness journey, and my diet has been okay. I definitely want to focus on decreasing my sugar intake. Listen, I have always had a very unhealthy relationship with sugar. I don't know where it came from, but even like growing up and like in high school specifically, I can remember like getting gifted tubs of icing, you know, like the icing that you use to like ice a cake or cupcakes or whatever. I would get those as gifts, and I would literally eat it out the jar with a knife. And so like I said, I've always just had this, I've always had this love relationship with sugar, but it really needs to be love-hate, because sugar is just not good for you. Like, it's so crazy. I was telling my friend the other day, it's so crazy how we go so ham for sugar and not wanting to adjust our relationship with it because it's so good. It's so addicting. It is literally an addictive substance, but it's literally hurting you, right? It's not helping you at all. And that's not to say that every single thing that you eat has to be like this super healthy situation. But when it comes to my sugar intake, I know that this is an area that I can do much, much, much better about. And so I definitely plan to really focus on that over these next few weeks, and hopefully find a better balance, because I cannot keep eating as much sugar as I'm eating and then expect to make progress in terms of my physical health. So yes, really leaning into eating less sugar, and then really doubling down on like the 80-20 diet, which, if you're not familiar with like the 80-20 diet, it basically is just saying that 80% of the food that you're eating should be whole foods, should be, you know, good healthy fats, a good source of protein, a good fiber, right? Like that 80%, the bulk of your diet should be those things that are going to help you reach your goals. However, the 20%, I've also heard like 85-15, but I think the concept is the same, of where like majority of what you're eating should be helping you advance and get to your goal, but it is okay for the 20% or the 15% to be foods that you enjoy that may not be as healthy, you know, balance essentially. So that's really what I'm leaning into this quarter, is really leaning into my 80-20 diet, really continuing to approach my workout routine the way that I have been. I also forgot to mention that Kayla and I recently got ClassPass memberships. So at the end of last year, we were both doing Club Pilates. We had a Club Pilates membership, but I think I was paying like $150 or $160 a month for 8 classes, and it just got to be really unsustainable. I also really didn't love any of the instructors that were at the studio that I was going to consistently. So I kind of was like, you know what, like I do like adding in group classes and giving myself some diversity in the workouts that I'm doing. So that's why I decided to get a ClassPass membership, and it's been a really great way to switch things up. Like I said, typically I've been doing a lot of yoga. I really enjoy doing yoga, so I've been finding like, you know, hot yoga sculpt classes in the Chicago area to do, and it's been a really cool way to, like I said, diversify my workouts and just change things up a little bit. So between all of those things, I'm really hoping to make some significant progress in my physical fitness in this area of my life over this next quarter. But I'm going to update y'all when I do this little get ready with me next quarter, and I will let y'all know how we did with that goal. And then speaking of 80-20, I am really adopting this mindset to every area of my life, not just when it comes to like my nutrition and my fitness. I think the mindset can definitely be applicable everywhere. And basically the 80-20 rule, when you apply it to other areas of your life, is the same concept, right? It's telling you to be consistent in your habits, in your routines, and the things that you do on a day-to-day basis to help you get to your goal. It's not saying that you have to be perfect, which is why I really like to lean into 80-20, because I think sometimes we feel like going through a morning routine or, you know, what have you, that it has to look the same every single day. I know I struggled with that for a while, of like, okay, I gotta change my morning routine because I can't be that consistent, or I can't do it this way every single day. And that's just really unrealistic, and it's fine to not be able to do things every single day, which again is why the 80-20 rule I feel like is so applicable to life in general. It's just saying that majority of the time you need to be doing the things that you know you need to do, but it still gives room for you to have some grace. So that's something that like I'm really leaning into this spring. So some of the habits that I really want to focus on, again, my nutrition, my 80-20 nutrition, definitely dialing in there, eating less sugar, less dairy, less gluten, just really trying to be more mindful about the foods that I'm eating. I also want to get 8K steps a day. So I went back and forth between, should I do 8K, should I do 10K? But when I averaged out my steps over the past few weeks, it was about 8,000 steps a day. So I think 8,000 steps is a really good stretch goal. Like, it allows me to make sure that I'm still moving and like, you know, doing what I need to do, but also like not making it unrealistic. Like, I was watching this TikTok the other day that basically, I appreciated it because she acknowledged that taking 10,000 steps a day takes a lot of time. And if you work a normal 9-to-5 job, or you work in retail, or like you're working in general, it's really hard to hit 10,000 steps a day unless you're like in a super like active job. But like sedentary job like me, where I'm sitting down all day, it's hard to do it. You have to be intentional about it. Which, side note, y'all, I was talking to my coworker last week, and she was telling me that for the past 3 years she has walked 10,000 steps a day. She has not missed a day. Holidays, weekends, rain, snow, sun, 10,000 steps a day. That's commitment, okay? That is commitment, and I've never heard of it. And I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. My goal is 8,000 steps a day, every day, even on the days that I don't work out, which I'm really looking forward to doing this spring. Hopefully we'll get some warm weather here in the next few weeks, and then I can like take my steps outside. So 8,000 steps a day, doing my daily quiet time. I have been doing my quiet time before I go to the gym, and I have found that to be the best time for me to be consistent. I also just feel like it's the best way for me to start my day instead of jumping up and immediately getting to the things that I have to do, waking up and just spending some time with God, reading my Bible, praying, you know, writing. It's been a really great way to just ground myself and also just make sure that I'm prioritizing that area of my life, because I would say in the past, my faith would get the short stick. I would just get up, get to the gym, and then if I had time at night or if I remembered, I would do my quiet time. But really, like, pairing the things that I'm disciplined with the things that I haven't been as disciplined with in the past, like reading my Bible and doing my quiet time, has been really helpful. So typically in the mornings, like I said, before I go to the gym, I will do my quiet time. I want to continue to be consistent in that. I want to continue to be consistent with reading. I'm currently reading a couple different books. I'm reading Sis Don't Settle by Judge Faith Jenkins. She was a judge on divorce court, and I'm enjoying reading her story. She got married later in life. I think she was 40 when she got married, and she's really talking about how basically all through her 20s and her 30s, people kept asking her, like, where's your partner? Why aren't you married? When are you doing this? And she was kind of like, I'm so successful. Like, I have my own show. You know, I'm a really successful lawyer. Like, I did all of these things. I have all of these accomplishments, and people keep asking me about, you know, partnership and marriage, which is something that she desired, but we just don't have a lot of control over it. I think one thing that I'm really taking away is that singleness is a full experience. And I think so many of us wait to start life until we meet that person, and the reality is you just don't know when that's going to happen. And so I'm taking a page out of that book. I'm going to continue to live my life and do the things that I want to do. And Mr. Right, I hope that you find me, and find me soon, okay? Because the streets is ghetto. But that's one book that I am currently reading, along with a few others. I will put them in the comments, just some books that I have on my wish list for spring. My goal is to read one book a month. That's one of my goals. So I think just really being consistent in the habits that I know help me feel the best. So that's kind of my goal over spring. And again, this is something else that I'll update y'all on how I'm doing. I also encourage you to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, because I feel like I'm able to post more regular updates. You're able to see more daily vlogs, day in my life. All right, let's move on to some career and business updates. I'm gonna kind of do these two together. So from a career perspective, so if you don't know, for my 9-to-5, I work in HR. I am an HR business partner, or HRBP for short. And I love being an HRBP. I love the diverse, like, my everyday is different. I really enjoy the relationships that I'm able to build with my business partners that I support on a day-to-day basis. And I'm learning so much at my new company. I've been here for like almost a year. In May will be a year, which is crazy. I feel like I just started. And it's so funny, anytime I talk to a coworker and they ask me how long I've been there, and I'm like, oh, you know, X number of months, they're like, what? I feel like you've been here for years. And I'm like, yeah, I know. When I started, I did not have a manager, and so I really was kind of thrown into it. I kind of just jumped in and started doing things, and that is still the case today. I think I mentioned this in another vlog, but my manager is changing And so this will be the third manager I've had in the 10 months that I've been there. But I'm really looking forward to working with my new manager. We have worked together before on different HR processes, but never like formally. And so it's nice to kind of have a new manager, I guess, and to be in a new organization. I'm moving to what we call our global zone, which I'm looking forward to that because of my love for cultures and traveling. And you know, hopefully maybe one day I'll be able to do like an expat assignment where I'll get to like fully live and work in another country for this company. But you know, we'll see about that. We'll see how long I make it. But regardless, so far it's been good. I'm going through, you know, that big transition. I think changing managers is a big transition. Your manager has a really big effect on your workplace experience. And so my previous manager, I really enjoyed working with him. I think I learned a lot. I really appreciate the level of trust that we had developed between us. And so I am hopeful that I will have the same experience with this person. Obviously, I know that she's not the same as he is, but I feel like so far our relationship is going good. I had a really big meeting yesterday and I did really well, and I knew, because I knew that was going to be the first time that she would have visibility into me and my work quality and my work delivery. And so being able to like knock it out the park was like, yeah girl, like you don't have anything to worry about. Like I'm gonna do my job, okay? Don't worry about that. So that's what's going on in my 9 to 5, just kind of dealing with some really big organizational changes. I also plan to get another HR certification at some point this year. I'm thinking like around the summer I will sit for that. I already have my professional and human resources certification, which is like more of your earlier career HR certification. So I want to sit for my senior professional HR certification, which my company will pay for upon successful completion. So that's kind of one of my next kind of career goals that I want to work on. So all in all, I would say my 9 to 5 is going well and I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot and really looking forward to kind of getting into year 2, where I get to really capitalize on all of the experiences and the learnings and the relationships that I've been able to build over this past year, and then just take it up a notch, like be able to really outdo myself this year, or this next year is going to be one of my goals. So okay, let me change my battery real quick. Okay, we're back. Great. Okay. So yes, those are my 9 to 5 updates. On to a few business updates. I don't know if I've talked a ton about my small business. So I do have a small business. It has undergone some transformations and some rebranding and some evolutions, which, you know, we love it all. Hold on, let me get this out. So currently my business name is Kareer Noire, and I'm saying currently it's like a joke because I definitely like changed business names a few times. I would say direction has generally been the same, but like names have definitely gone under a few transformations, but I feel pretty good about the naming of my business now. It's very like, it's unique in the sense that it's a play on my name. So Kareer is spelled with a K, like for Kara, period. Noire means black in French, and so really all of my, it's a career services agency. I offer career solutions for professionals and organizations to ultimately thrive. And so what career solutions do I offer? So primarily right now I do one-on-one coaching with clients. I'm actually getting ready to open up some more slots for the spring. So looking forward to bringing on some new clients and being able to walk them through kind of whatever career situation that they're going through right now. So that's kind of like one piece for professionals. I also will offer, I have digital products. I recently did I did some HR consulting for a small business, which I really enjoyed, and I would love to be able to play in that space a little more and offer like HR consulting to other like small businesses and startup companies. I see myself being able to host like remote work and travel trips, being able to do like workshops, maybe a conference at some point. Like I just see this really growing and blossoming. I think careers and working is such a big part of your life, and I think so many people have a pessimistic attitude about it, and I get it, right? Like there are so many things that we all would rather be doing other than working. That's not to say that we don't have room for businesses and like working conditions to change, because we certainly do. I also think that it's important to just focus on what you can control, right? Like, yes, we know that 40 hours working Monday through Friday is excessive. Like we all know that, but it's like, okay, if that's what I'm having to do, like let me just make sure that I'm at least enjoying myself. Like why would I not want a career that I enjoy, that I'm good at, that, you know, makes me feel like I'm contributing something of value to society? And so that's really what my business is about. It's helping people get clearer on what their dream career, what that looks like for them, but then also providing services to organizations on how we can do better when it comes to supporting the dynamic careers of professionals today. So that's my business. I'm really excited to continue to bring you all along on the journey of building a small business while working a 9-to-5. And it's been really hard. I think there have definitely been times when I've like questioned what I'm doing, or I've changed directions a lot. And I think all of that is fine. What's important is that you just keep going. You know, God has given me this desire. He's given me this dream and this vision for what my small business can be, and I want to make sure that I'm being a good steward of that. So yeah, those are just some business updates. I'm really excited for the things that I have in the pipeline that I'm working on, and yeah, I want my business to take off, but I also like want to be prepared for it. And I know right now I'm not prepared. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on this next quarter. All right, well, let me throw a few curls in my hair. I'm gonna throw some clothes on, and then we are gonna get out of here. I'm going to end this video talking about a few more like recent updates. One is the previous video I posted. I was just at home in Texas. My brother just became a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so excited for him. I'm so happy for him. Our first family is officially complete, and yeah, the probate was great. It was last weekend. I will link the video in the cards if you want to check it out. It's towards the end of that vlog, but I'm so proud of my brother. I'm really excited to see him grow and become a man of his own through his journey in Alpha. My dad is an Alpha as well, and so just kind of seeing them share this between them is cool. Also, another cool thing is my sister and I both share line numbers. We are both 16. My sister is the tail of her line, but also the 16. And this was not planned. We crossed in 2 different semesters at 2 different schools, and we ended up the same number. And then my brother is the 6 of his line, and so it's cool that we all share like a 6 in our number. And then let me just add like a little cherry on top to that. My mom was the ace of her line, and my dad was the 5. So 1 + 5 is 6. so they kind of get into that mix as well. So it's kind of crazy how all of that happened, but it was just meant to be. So shout out to you, Benjamin, for crossing. Super happy for you. And yeah, can't wait to do more Greek things together. We're actually going to Martha's Vineyard this summer, and one of the weekends is an HBCU weekend and the other weekend is the Greek weekend. I think that we're going the weekend of Greek weekend, so that's going to be so fun to be able to do that, like all of us together. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The next trip that I am going on is to Alabama. My mom is graduating with her PhD in theology, her and my aunt, my mom's sister. And it's really cool. She's the first person in our family to have a PhD, like our immediate family to have a PhD and, you know, be a doctor formally. And she's worked so hard over the past few years for this. And, you know, despite the loss of her mom, my grandma Pearl, she has stayed consistent with this goal, and so I'm really excited to see what she does with this degree. My mom's a really big like public speaker, motivational speaker, and you know, I definitely see her getting more into that. So that's going to be kind of the next trip that we're going on. And I always, you know, jump at the chance to go to Alabama because my grandmothers lived there. So RIP Grandma Pearl, who passed September of last year. But my dad's mom, my grandma Odessa, is still alive, and so I want to make sure that I see her and hug on her and spend some time with her while I'm in town. So I'm really looking forward to doing that as well. So that's my next trip that I have coming up in April. So shout out to you, Mom, for getting your PhD, girl, because I tried. For those that don't know, I definitely thought about pursuing a PhD. I was a research assistant for a year, took the GRE, started kind of applying to schools, went to this project called, or went to this conference called the PhD Project, which was for prospective PhD students to learn more about like what it would take to get the PhD. And after doing all that, I was like, nah, like, it's not for me. But I'm so glad that I explored it in its entirety, because it was something that I had threw around for a few years. And so now that I've like done the research, I've like done my homework, and I know that like that's not the path for me, I feel so much more at ease like letting it go. So that's the beauty of like exploring. That's the beauty of exploring things. So yeah. All right, I did not put my heatless curl roller on my head last night, so I'm putting in like a few curls before I head to work. Nothing too major. I'm getting my hair refreshed, my sew-in refreshed next Friday, so we're kind of just gonna make it do what it do until then. But yeah, if you wonder like what the heck I'm doing, it's that I'm trying to like make my hair look presentable before I go into the office. All right, so I'm just gonna end my video. I'm gonna share a few things that are on my Sephora Sale wish list if you are looking for some things to purchase. First and foremost, new foundation. I have been using this Tower 28 for like about a year. This has been my travel foundation. This is like my everyday foundation, and I love it. I feel like it's lightweight enough but also gives me good coverage. So I do plan to repurchase this, but also I do want to try a more full coverage foundation. So I plan to purchase a new foundation. I plan to get a couple new lipsticks, because all the lipsticks I have are years old. They're all MAC, which shout out to you, MAC, because obviously like MAC is that girl, but I haven't purchased lipstick in a few years. So I definitely want to get a few new lip colors. what else is on my list? I have a couple different perfumes on my list. The YSL Black Cherry perfume and then the Net perfume. My sister recently brought both of those back home and they smelled so good. I was like, oh, I have to get my own bottle. I'll probably get a rollerball of those, but wow, such good scents. I mentioned foundation, concealer. So I've been using the Kosas concealer, which, you know, if you can't tell, like, we have used this thing up. It's almost empty, so I want to get a new concealer. I want to get some more setting spray because my setting spray is empty. I've been using my sister's. And then I also want to get like and then I also want to get some new lip balm, either from Summer Fridays. I really enjoy the mint lip balm from Summer Fridays, but I do know that Topicals recently came out with some mint lip balm, so I might try the Topicals mint lip balm, but I need to get some lip balm nonetheless. So those are just a few things that are on my Sephora sale list. Like I mentioned, I really tried to hold out on shopping at Sephora this year until the sale because I'm just trying to be better about spending money and like not getting things unnecessarily, you know. So yeah, I have to do a haul. I'll do a haul on my TikTok once I actually shop, so make sure that you're following me there so that you can see all of the products that I do end up purchasing. And I'm also just rubbing in this Kerastase hair oil. This stuff is so good. I love this stuff. And then also they have some really good, which I might add that to my list. They have some really good shampoo as well that smells so good. And I also really like how it makes my hair feel, so I might throw that on my list too. Okay. All right, my hair is done, my makeup's done. I'm gonna run, throw some clothes on, and then I will formally like end the video before I head to work. All right, y'all, so we are ready and we're about to head to work. This is my outfit of the day. I just have on like this matching two-piece sweater set that I got from Ross, and then I put on this little blazer which is from Macy's actually, and it's like a wool blend. I don't know if you could tell, it's like a wool blend sweater, so it's pretty like thick, which I love, and I'm trying to get getting all the wears out of this before it gets too hot. And then for my shoes, I have on my platform Chucks. These are like my go-to work shoes because they're super comfortable to like walk in, and I just feel like it brings my outfit together. So yeah, this is my outfit of the day. I am gonna go ahead and head into the office. It's about 8:15, so we're about to go walk and catch the train. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for being here, for sticking around, for listening to me ramble. I want to do a better job of doing just some chit chat, and next time maybe I'll figure out how to get some questions from you all that you all would be interested in me answering, but if not, I will just update y'all as I see fit. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. I hope that you learned something new about me, and definitely keep me accountable on any of the things that I talked about. This is a transparent, open community where we're able to keep each other accountable and honest and make sure that we're all reaching our fullest potential. So I would do that for you, so please do that for me. If there's anything that I mentioned that resonates with you specifically, let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.